All right, good morning, everyone. And we finished November 30th. We finished November 2021, and now we're going into December 1st, 2021. So let's start the morning brew. A lot to cover, a lot to cover. Hope you guys enjoyed yesterday. It was a little volatile session, but we gave you heads up in the warning. Let me do one thing here. Let's get started here. So, what are we doing today? Well, we're basically doing the same thing we did the last couple of sessions. If you know, uh, Hi, this is my name is Angel. I'm here with the Morning Brew, kind of helping you navigate these crazy markets. Crazy markets. Find out the opportunities where they exist every day. Dissecting news, finding out what's happening with Powell, what's happening with the market, what's happening with the Christmas rally that was supposed to come. All right, let's see if we can provide some clarity and some guidance throughout these markets. All right, so you know, again, let's dive in. Let's dive in. So Barron's, all right, automatically. The big difference. I told you Powell's going to speak this week. So watch Powell. Powell's verbiage is changing. It is changing. It is changing. So Powell was basically singing the tune of hey. And this is a front page of Barron's. Powell changed his tone, not his game. No need to panic, right? So basically, Powell changed his verbiage, and the market didn't know what that meant. So he's admitting that there's an inflation problem, and he never done that before. He said that they pretty much that they had it was transitory, they had it under control, cool, chill, and basically he is admitting that there's a problem, and whether or not they don't know what to do, so they might do a faster tapering, and the market reacted very negatively towards that. Now, Powell is continuing to speak today with Janet Yellen, and we rebounded quite nicely. We rebounded quite nicely. Okay, and I'm going to show you that right now because a lot of people are texting me and asking me what the heck is going on. All right, so this is the futures, right? And this is the XP. This is where we ended up yesterday, right? So we closed yesterday right at that 45.67. We immediately gapped up. So 45.50 is the area that I thought we were going to hit. And we came close, but pretty darn close, right? Throughout the day, we hit 45.58. So I was 8 points away. Great session yesterday, by the way. So where are we now? So this is the future. So yesterday you can tell that we hit that 45.71. Let me see if I can. We hit 45.57 on the futures market, and then we immediately rallied after that, which we needed to rally, right? So now the question is this a relief bounce, right? Is it going to continue lower, or is it going to go higher? Is the Christmas rally going to start today for a couple of days? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But ultimately, is what Powell said, is the market pricing that in? That's the big question. He is speaking today, so we'll find out very, very shortly. If he reiterates the same tune that he did yesterday, and the market reacts next, so if he how somebody tells you over and over again and we don't listen, but now he's going to say it again, how do we react, right? We're, oh shit, does he really mean it? Oh crap! So are we really priced in? So that's what I'm gonna be looking at in the price action on the SPX. Is it priced in? And I think that's the biggest question. How are we gonna find out? I'm gonna show you right now. So here's the E-minis. Here's a little trick. I've mentioned this before, but we're gonna look at the 4 a.m. hour. 4 a.m. on the E-minis is 46.16. That's going to serve a level of support or resistance, all right? If we break below that today, we're probably going to head lower and the market's going to react negatively. All right. On top, I'm going to share with you. So that's the 4 a.m. But we're going to probably open, if we were to open right now at 8:30, things can change, as you know. They're going to open at 46.22. So we're probably going to open up right in here, 46.32, right in there, right? So we bounced pretty nicely. Now, does that mean we're going to go back up? No, no way. But are you ready to dive in? Are you ready to find out what the opportunities are? Awesome, because this is what we're going to do. So if you're, as you know, we're going to cover the daily perspective to find out exactly where we're at, how to navigate the fear, where the fear indicator is at, and where the opportunities lie. We're also going to cover crypto at the end. We cover BTC, ETH, and opportunities there. And also, we're going to cover the day trading system, which pretty much is the 15 on the 50-day moving average, and we can utilize that in any time frame. right? But this is just faster and quicker, and it's going to show you where the opportunities lie. You pick and choose what makes sense to you. If you like what I'm about to deliver, press that like button, press that notify button, because then you'll be notified when I go live. I know for my East Coast, my West Coast people, that's pretty difficult. I know, I used to live there. I know your pain. 5 a.m., it's a really tough time to get up, 5:30. But you must do it, right? You got to do what others are not willing to do. Isn't that a quote? All right, so let's dive in. All right, let's go. So the XPX overall, and this is what we're navigating. So here's the XPX. This is the daily part. This is the NDX, and this is the daily, right? And this is the Russell. Russell's got hammered the most. Now, yesterday I told you that basically this could be possibly a head and shoulders for me. Now, when I say that, doesn't mean it's going to happen today. It's just going to happen in a longer time frame thing. So we have to be wary and careful about what's transpiring. So. Here's a head, here's a neckline. Now, also, if that is true, I said that it was probably going to come down to the 50. Remember, if you know what this strategy's philosophy is all paths lead back to the 50-day moving average, right? So what we do is you come back here, and it comes back to the 50-day moving average. And right now, we didn't want to take trades there because the MACD showed us weakness. And I've been telling you, do not go long in positions, unless it was Apple. But that's a whole other story. We're going to get to that in a minute. All right. But it's coming back down. Now, this is the area that we expect a bounce. Yeah, a bounce, like a basketball, a bounce. Now, are we going to get it? It looks like today we are going to get it. However, we need to be careful and find out what Powell is saying. Now, we also have other inflation. We also have job unemployment numbers coming out and manufacturing numbers coming out this week. Now, also, as I stated yesterday, we're going to have XPX roll week December 9th. Now, what does that mean? Yes, you said it. More volatility enter into the marketplace. That means that the XPX is probably going to move about 100 points. It does during this time because, traders will roll out of their position from this quarter and roll it into the next quarter, and that involves buying and selling, which causes a lot of volatility in the marketplace. So things you want to be wary of if you're trading those underlines like the XPY, SPX, and just things to note. All right, so are we going to get that bounce? We should get a bounce. If we get the bounce here, then this could be maybe the first 9 days of the Christmas rally, maybe. All right, Christmas still has to have rally, but this is it has very similar. If we go back to 2018, I think it's 2018 or 2019, one of those quarters, Q4, that we sold off Christmas week, it's starting to kind of have similar resemblance to that. So this is why we're going to be paying attention. You want to tune into the show because we're going to capture, if that is accurate and true, and we start selling off, we're going to capture those moments or those opportunities. Okay, so. But it's starting to resemble that. I can't remember if it's 2018 or 2019, and it was Powell where he kind of said, what did he say? I wrote it down here somewhere. Yeah. That we needed to speed the process or something. That's not exactly what he said, but I might have to find it. All right, so where are we? So we're pulling back. Are we going to bounce here? Now, this is a very severe sell-off. This is a big red candle. Are we going to go right back up and be hunky-dory? I don't think that's probably the case, but we're going to dissect this and look for key area. This is a lot of volume, guys, selling into fear. Now, Nasdaq was a little bit better, was stronger because the 10-year notes were lower. That's good for tech. So that didn't really get sold off pretty good. And the only reason why I think that we didn't really crater here is because Apple was pretty strong, right? And Tesla. All right, so the Nasdaq, same type of thing. Can we go lower? It's holding pretty strong right there. Let's say that's 16,000, right? And then it's got 15,716. And remember, you can trade the SPY, QQQs, and IWM. Now, Russell looks a lot weaker. Now, Russell's probably, more than likely, is probably going to go down to 2120 at some moment of time. It's below the 200-day moving average. Can it regain that control of 2261? We'll see. That 200-day average is pretty strong. But if we gets it, like I said, it's pretty strong. Then that means we're in a positive note and things are looking better. All right. So let's go into the VIX. The VIX, you know, we were at that high. I had my alerts there of 29. What does the VIX represent? VIX represent that there's more fear entered the marketplace, that people are buying more puts, which is basically a hedge. If your portfolio drops, it's like insurance. It's going to collect more. So if people are buying more puts than calls, this goes higher. Now, where do we want it for the sweet spot? We want it below 18, and we rally higher. As you can tell, we are at 23, and we were at 25. So again, you know, there was fear going into the marketplace. If we start breaking below 23, that means that fear had dissipated from yesterday. Okay. And we're probably going to go a little bit higher. If we start breaking 21, that means that fear has dissipated from this week. Helping you put things together. If we start breaking below 18, that means we go higher, because that means fear is dissipated, people are feeling good, and they feel like there's opportunity everywhere for the upside, and they're going to start buying. So that's a long way to go down there. Are we going to hit down there? I don't know. It's holding steady, but right now, so we'll see. We're going to keep an eye on this. Now, the Treasury notes, as you can tell, we were here, we're dropping. This is what's holding the Nasdaq. So pretty good. As long as, you know, we stay below that level, I think the market's comfortable having with the notes right here. But again, what read is this? We know that they're going to stop tapering. So what does that mean? They're going to stop tapering this year? I don't think so. They stopped tapering this year, that means that we're going to drop. But maybe next year when they stop tapering, then we might have a bigger issue. So again, but we're going to be prepared. All right. So make sure to press that like, press that notify button. I'm going to keep saying that because I've been told to say that a lot. All right. All right. Let's dive in. Let's find out where the opportunities lie. So with that being said, we got the XPX is probably going to go back. This is the 15-minute time frame. And let's call the system the 15 on the 50. Real easy, or 50 on 15. You tell me in the comments, what do you like? 15 on 50. All right, so as you know, we dropped pretty hard. We caught this move yesterday because we trade trades when it start breaking below the MACD start breaking down, bouncing off the 50 to the downside, and we knew the levels, right? So we took those trades to the downside. So now overalls lead back to the 50. And you know that we don't chase trades here, so let it come back here. Is this going to present itself another opportunity? Now, we're going to probably open around this section, this area. So we're going to watch the market, see if it goes up, see if the MACDs come up here and how it reacts. If the MACD starts crossing, then we're probably going to go lower on Powell's words, right? So let's see how the market reacts. Now, what are we going to be looking for on top to make things better? We're more than likely probably going to be looking at 46.70. To make it better. If we start breaking above that, then the market is probably going to rally a little harder up, right? But it's got to get through this 46.20 and 46.50, you know, so then we have 46.70. So watch that. All right. Nasdaq. Again, sold off, right? MACD broke down, sold off. This is the trades that we like to see. So I'm just pointing out so you can start, if you're learning with us, you can see where the opportunities lie, even if you're not taking those trades. Just make note of it, because as you train yourself, you know, repetition is the mother of all learning. The more you repeat it, the more you'll see it. And the biggest thing is this, what I find out is that most people wait too late to get into a position. That's going to hurt you. Is you want to make sure that when you see a position that you react and act confidently to take that trade, right? And then you'll get out of your goal. But that's the key to this trading system. And again, you can expand this to a longer time frame if you don't have time to sit in front of your computer. But I urge you to watch these over and over again and then study it at night. And that's the way you're going to be better at your trading system and better in your portfolio management and better in your with the time frame that you're going to manage your portfolio. All right. So remember, Russell has been weak. And again, we're not going to touch Russell to the upside, but Russell is 22.42 to get it better. Let's see what happens here. Now, Russell rebounded much faster than the other two, but it sold off the hardest. So first, so usually probably Russell's be the first to go. Let's see if this is a Christmas rally, you'll see Russell probably break 2242. And remember, it's probably going to be short-lived, about 9 days. So watch that. We're going to be watching the 50-day moving average at 2225 and see what happens there. Now, the MACDs are still below zero, so we're still bearish, right? But it starts breaking up, bouncing, and breaking up, then that's probably going to present us a new opportunity. So right now, what we're looking for, since we sold off, we're going to be looking for what's called bear traps, and I'll identify those if we can. Now, Google sold off pretty hard as well, and Google, again, long way up there. So let's see. Google is trying to rally pre-market, but it's having what's called an inside day. So this action is inside this day. So let it have an inside day, 29.20 to make it better. Okay, so let it chill, let it wait, let it relax, let it do its thing. Right? There's no need to force your trades if we don't really have a clear direction. All right. Amazon, same type of thing. Sold off. We took this trade yesterday. I gave it to you. Now, this is why we like these trades, because look, this is ideal what we like. Breaking below the 50, you know that it was showing weakness. We couldn't break above it, right? We gave you the levels on top. And then what are the MACDs telling you? MACDs are telling you what? Weakness, and it's at a very essential area. It's called the zero, right? Zero is the middle of the MACD, and it starts to break down. Fresh set of MACDs, and we knew the levels at the bottom, which was what? We had this level of 3,500, and we met our objective, and we got out in and out of that trade pretty quickly to the downside. All right, so that's where the opportunities was yesterday, but I'm not only going to bring this up to you. So here's a part where this is ideal textbook how we like to trade in this time frame, the 50 on 15. When you see that, we have to make sure that we react accordingly, either to the downside or the upside. That's where the opportunities lie, and you don't fall in love. You take them to the level, especially on something like Amazon, because this was 3568 to 3500. That was 68 points. That's a lot. All right. So inside day. Tesla. All right, Tesla. So the filing came out yesterday. He did not sell any shares. So interesting. Tesla's going up. There's a rumor on Tesla on 12/9 that he might split these shares again. If they split, nobody's going short Tesla. Let me tell you, nobody's going to want to go short Tesla ever if that rumor exists out there. Okay, they don't want to be caught with their pants down. Tesla is on a rampage. Now, yesterday, I gave this alert yesterday. It was sitting there. Now, the thing with Tesla, because we trade Tesla, and this is why we trade the same things over and over again, is that it has a certain pattern. It has a certain demeanor about it. Tesla, you can tell when they're going to buy it up. The last 5-10 minutes, the buyers come in or the algos come in. And we saw that in Tesla the last 5-10 minutes, despite the market being a little weak. But right now, it's probably going to open up higher. So if it takes out that 1170, it's probably going to go. Now, what do we have on top? We have that 1180, and we have 1200. Okay, if it takes that out, it's probably going to go. Remember, there's monster upgrades on Tesla, about 1400. So watch Tesla. He hasn't sold. There's weakness coming in. Let it come back to the 50, and let's see what happens there. Okay. ISRG, they're taking it lower. Let them take it lower. We're just looking for what's called a bear trap. The bear trap's going to be up here on ISRG, 336, and then we're going to have 340 to get it going. So not until it hits those levels, we're not going to touch it unless you want to trade it to the downside. So if it comes up here, MACD's cuts are coming up zero and bouncing lower, then that could be an opportunity to the downside, but it's not there yet. Okay. Chipotle trying to move pre-market. They keep taking this one down. Again, the bear trap. Where's the bear trap? So we've been setting these up, have not gotten alerted. And the bear trap right now for us to get signaled will be 1684, right? And then we have headwinds up here of 1700. And then we have this 1716. Okay, so again, but needs to break above the 50. Again, let's see how it reacts. It's coming back up to zero, coming back there. This could be a trade to where? The downside if we don't get that. Because right now the trend is your friend until the end is going down. Okay. Where are we? Okay, we're moving. All right, let's move along here. Lam Research, the chips are on fire. So Lam Research, MU came out, and Lam Research is taking off. We've been calling this shot at 662, and it's gone. So if you caught that, high 3.5. That was a good trade, and it looks pretty good. Now, how far do we go? Right now, it looks like it's probably going to go higher, breaking through. Let's see if it's going to get followed through on MU earnings, and they guided up. So let's see if it can go. It's probably going to go to 700. Okay, Shopify. Just working his way lower, working his way lower. They have monster sales, try to go on Black Friday. I think Salesforce came out, confirmed that. But again, who cares, right? Good news, bad news, the price actually doesn't lie. So we're going to watch it at 1550. Let's see how the MACD reacts there. If it could go lower, it could bounce and go lower. And then we're going to watch 1518 as an accelerator where it just really pops down to the downside. Now, upside, if it breaks through, start consolidating, have it an inside day. There's a little level here of 1586, but we're going to watch 1630. That's pretty high up there. Let it kind of just do its thing, right? 1630 is pretty high up. Let it develop so you have a nicer trade. They took Netflix down yesterday. Are they going to continue taking it down? Possibly, right? So we're going to be watching this 654. It's coming up to 0. Is it going to come there and go lower? If it does, 641 can accelerate it to the downside. All right, upside needs to break that and go up to 675. Roku. Inside day, they're taking this one down as well. This one, there's a lot of buyers at that 223, but there's a lot of selling pressure on Roku. So again, let it do its thing. Let it have an inside day. Is it going to bounce here and go higher? It's got 235 if it does. If it not, it's going to go break down, and it's got 223. NVIDIA, trying to go. It's back up to that 332 level. Let's see where can it go. So NVIDIA, remember, it's a metaverse place. These guys are killing it. 333 to get it better. It's back above 300. Remember, 400 being said a $1 trillion company. Is it going to get up there? I said I think it would, but there was a pressure on the market. Let's see if it can start going up there. So I like NVIDIA setting up here. It comes back down 0, comes back to the 50. That might be an opportunity to the upside. Again, you have to pick and choose your winners. And if it breaks 333, it's going to go. All right. Mercado Libre. Man, I feel sorry for Mercado Libre. They're just taking this one down over and over. There's no need to go long on Mercado Libre. I would not go long unless they're not buying it. They're selling it. So bear trap, where's that? Well, we're looking at 1247. 1247 right now. It can't even break above the 50-day moving average. Every time it goes there, it sells off. You can tell the algos are working on this thing. So again, let's see what happens there. This might be a trade to the downside because if it takes that 1185, it's going to go lower. All right. Apple. Wow. I said that Apple was going to go 170. If you don't believe me, look at the tape for the last 2-3 weeks. We've been calling Apple left and right, but Apple is on fire. So this is what I mean that the XPX didn't go down. So Apple had to give us a beautiful entry at 160, and it's going back up to yesterday. So it's going back up. Now, interesting, it's nearing what, 3 trillion? Holy ghost, 3 trillion. 3 trillion for Apple. So again, I think that this is a play to safety, right? Inflationary issues. These guys are sitting on a boatload of money, a lot of great inventory, and I think a lot of people are just going in there because it's a safe play. That's what I think anyway when the markets drop. But Apple's pulling back. Let's see what happens at that 50. Are the algos going to be turned on? They're going to start buying it. But right here at the 50 is probably going to be another opportunity. Let it pull back. Now, here's the thing. If Apple breaks the 50-day moving average and the market starts tanking, remember, there are key elements that hold the XPX. Apple's one of them. Goldman Sachs is another, was a bank. And then Tesla, because that's another one. So if those three go red, XPX is not going up. All right. Trade desk. This one, try to run. 110. Hit that 110 mark. And then we saw everything dropping. Now, it's probably going to have an inside day. I like trade desk. However, the overall markets need to rally for this thing to get going. But people got spooked. We got 110 to make it better. Let it have an inside day. Let it tell us what to do. But right now, there's no trade on trade desk. We're too far up. And at the bottom, we have 101. Okay. I'm a little bit behind. All right, let's get going. It's 5 more minutes. We got Goldman Sachs. Boom, let's go. 387 to get it better. If you go above 387, then the XPX won't tank. So it's looking pretty good. There is weakness occurring here. What's going to happen there? I think we're at the mercy of Powell's speech. We don't know. So again, You just have to watch the price action. It doesn't lie. All right, so now 381 to make it better. If it starts declining, breaking zero, breaking the 50, then doesn't look good. Affirm, layaway plans. I still don't understand the model, but they're taking this one down, right? So it looks like it's just holding steady, so we'll see. We'll see and we'll see, we'll see. There's not really a clear play here. Let's say downside because it's closer to the downside. But if it breaks 127, start breaking down. 124 could be an accelerator. Upstart, just chilling, holding. Not really a good play. Tried to go yesterday at 220, but I think the overall market's kind of tanked and got spooked. I think it was on its way to 230. Now, we usually have a window of opportunity for that emotion to continue. But we're losing time. So again, I think we're at the mercy of Powell's speech. I think everybody just kind of processing what that means going into the future. HubSpot, they took it down finally. Okay, so now this is beautiful. Now, like I said, when we start buying and we see a trend, now this is the part where you do not want to get caught because these are FOMO buyers here. Let it come back. Let's see what happens at that 50, 833. If it breaks through, then this could be possibly real, and it's got 861 on top. But if it hangs out here, starts breaking down, the MACD start going down, it's probably going to go lower. Don't get caught in that FOMO buying. Zoom, taking it lower. This might be an opportunity to the downside. So you got 211. MACDs are turning. If this can turn, get accelerated, that is a potential play to the downside. All right, so watch that. Accelerator is going to be 207. Booking, they're taking this one down. Tried to rally yesterday, but there's no reason why to get into air travel, especially with the Omicron. 2170 to take a look at it. So let's take a look at it for a bear trap. 2238. But let's see how it reacts at that 50, and it could go lower. All right, ServiceNow, they're taking this one down as well. No clear play. Let's see if it comes back to the 50 and how it reacts there. Coinbase, looking better, looking better. Bitcoin and Ethereum is on its way up. NFTs, Miami is hot, is on fire. We got Miami here. You have Art Basel, and there's a lot of talk about different NFTs and so forth. So let's see if this can get going. 332 to get it better. MACDs look good. Let's see if it can break that and start going. So or bounce off the 50 and start. So that's going to be a setup. Maybe it's not right today. All right, there's a few on this one. The chips. Intuit, they took it down yesterday. Are they going to take it back up? Let's see how it holds at 648. But right now, they took it down. So watch that 50, and let's see how it reacts to that zero bounce, but it could go lower. There is selling pressure at that 665. Okay, Qualcomm, holding strong. They had dividends, so that made the market kind of collapse a little bit because it takes it off the stock price. Let's see if this one can go on MU earnings. So we'll see. It's setting up. Let's see if it can bounce off that 50 and break that, bounce off the 50, then move that and bounce off a zero. And if it takes out 183, it's probably going to go to 186. ASML, rallied. Amazing. Great MU earnings, and it rallied yesterday. So here we have it. Went from 796, probably open up to 812. It looks, let's see if this thing can get going. If it starts breaking 821, again, might have a second win here. Ideally, we like to bounce off the 50, bounce off to zero, and then it could start rallying higher. But let's see. AMD, again, they took this one down pretty hard. That was a reaction, I think. So let's see what happens here. If it can set up, this is a perfect setup. Bounce off the 50, bounce off the zero, and can go higher. 161 to accelerate it. AMAT, working higher. So let's see what happens here. Again, setup could be nicely off the 50, off a zero, back higher, and we have 152 accelerator. Lucid tried to go yesterday. Try to go. All the Chinese car companies are showing great deliveries, great companies, and I think Lucid's probably going to hit it out the park on next quarter. So I think that's going to be priced in, but it looks like it wants to go. Ideally, not really it sold off a little bit. So let's see if it can bounce off the 50 and 56 to accelerate it. Rivian trying to go. Now here's the play on Rivian that I like. Rivian, this 125 is going to be difficult, but if it starts breaking above 122, and it's tried to do it numerous times in the past, let's see if it can get going. If it can come back, hit the 50, bounce off a zero, I think it's probably going to break it at some moment of time. And then what I like about Rivian is is that if it starts breaking at 125, we have a lot of headwind up here to 141. So, watch it. That could be a potential play and opportunity. Roblex, did like Roblex. I think is a quieter one. It's a play on NVIDIA. I think this is going to go. It's holding strong. It went and sold off, but it didn't really sell off. Are you catching this? So 131 to really get it going. I think this one's setting up to watch it. I have my setups here. Bounces off at 0, bounces off at 0, bounces off to 50, and it probably has a huge upside potential. All right, let's get to Bitcoin. It's we're rocking and rolling. All right, Bitcoin. Here we are. Bitcoin again. I think that there was a news article on Bitcoin on inflation, and I think this is what's holding Bitcoin down. If I find it, I'll post it up. But basically, I like Bitcoin. So let's just look at the price action. Price action is telling me that we went down. We call this decline. MACD showing weakness, continue weakness. Now we're below 0. Is the weakness going to continue lower? That's the question. Now, is it? Maybe, I don't know, but we do have some headwinds. Where are the headwinds? Right here. We have 59,856. Most importantly, the 50-day moving average is right there, which is 661. Let's say 6,900. All right. Now, is Bitcoin going to come back up? It can break through, but that 6,900 is either going to hit its head, go lower, right? So now what we're looking what's called a bear trap in this downward trend, right? So where are the people going to be buying? It's probably going to be around that 6,900. So again, don't worry. We like to catch waves. If you like to catch waves, and we'll catch this wave, we're going to see the MACDs. We're getting close. Let's see if this is a basing pattern. If it comes back down, breaks up, then that could be a basing pattern. That's what we're going to be looking for. Stay tuned to the show because we're going to capture it. You want to join us? We're going to catch waves with us. We like people that catch waves with us. All right. MicroStrategy did try to rally up. I did give a signal this to the group, but this is why. The 50-day moving average on the hourlies is pretty strong. Guess what happened? Something happened. Poof. People started buying MicroStrategy. I know that Michael Saylor started buying more Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes up, these guys make more money. And again, so I put this alert yesterday, and it looks like right off the 50 at 689. We're probably going to open at, there's Amazon trying to go. It's beautiful. Guys, you have to join TradingView for that reason alone. Oh, and I'm there too. But for that reason alone, because it gives you alerts. All right, so we're probably going to open up higher, and it looks like it has more room to go. I have a alert at 732. If we hit that, that's going to be beautiful. All right, Ethereum. This is what I like about Ethereum, guys. Rally down. MACDs came off of 0 again. Same methodology, the same madness that we did on the 15, 15 on 50. But now it's breaking. Could this get momentum? If this starts picking up steam and we start breaking that 4873, we skyrocket, right? Now, if are the sellers, we know there's sellers up there. We know they're there. We identify them. Are they going to sell it off, or is it going to break through? But right now, this has momentum that maybe, possibly, it could break through. And it's showing us the MACD is possibly showing that as well. All right, 903. Cool. We did it. There's a lot to cover here. All right, December 1st, the first day of December. Beautiful. We got, 30 more days or 31 more days to end this quarter. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Guess what? So basically, I moved the market pulse over to TradingView. So if, let's see, we'll check on Amazon. TradingView, so it's right here. It's up and coming just for this week. I want to see what kind of traction I get, but it'll be there. And then I'm going to find a software. If you know of any software where I can actually link these two all together, then that'll be amazing. But yeah, want to share that with the community. Remember, abundance breeds abundance. And if you haven't really subscribe, make sure, guys, I'm doing an amazing job with my subscribers. We started from scratch with one, and we're doing an amazing job. Make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to be sending the opportunity to stalkers. Set your reminder here, so you'll know exactly to get up, and you'll know exactly when we go live. All right, guys, that's all we got. And go out there, guys, go get it. Stay green, and there's a lot of opportunities out there. Now, pay attention to Powell, because we we're going to find out exactly what he has to say. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. All right, guys.